Paul Twitchell presents the Wisdom Notes, Volume 2, Number 4, April 1969, page 32. Dear Blessed One, life is a mystery to almost every soul in this world. This mystery is the cause of much frantic seeking of God by many who hope to find some peace in the termination of this search. But this can never be, for there is no ending to the reality of God. Rabbi Santos once said, there is no ending in the kingdom of God. And those who feel that they will conclude the unfoldment in spirit misunderstand the whole conception of the spiritual works. This is the explanation of the greatest mystery of our life and spirit. Those who seek do not know that it is an endless seeking, and that nothing in the invisible life can be seized unless this seeking is halted. The whole problem is that we are taught by the traditionalists that the heaven worlds lie within us. The answer to this lies in the fact that these worlds are outside ourselves, not within. Those who seek God within themselves are like the man who peels the onion to find the mystery of it, only to learn nothing. Therefore I say that in order to reach God, any chiller who is striving for this goal must go through himself into the outer worlds of spirit. Yet the mystery remains. It is like so an eternal creative act of God. It cannot be explained in words other than to tell the chiller to find himself in God by going through his own consciousness to reach the Godhead. This is only a knowingness, for who can tell anyone else how this is done, as each one's experiences are unique and each must stand upon the decision to accept them as either positive or negative. I am only here to teach you how to walk the path and learn to reach that state of awareness, so you will know something about the mystery of the heavenly world. That is all I can do and nothing more. But here is the catch, and I am constantly confronted by people who demand to have the whole mystery of life explained to them in 10 easy lessons. They want God explained to them from the beginning to the end. They want the impossible now, this minute. These people who demand to have such explanations are, in their own ignorance, committing themselves to vanity and pride. Those who question are in human state of consciousness. They are limited in their own pitiful way of seeking God. None of us can encompass infinity. So how can we, any of us, explain in words anything about God? We can sing the glories of God, but we can never pinpoint anything about infinity. Actually, we are in a prison in the world of fate, for we can only believe until knowing comes to us. No two people can come to God by the same way, for all reach the supreme deity through the Mahanta. It is not the personality you know of myself, but the consciousness of cosmic proportions that each reaches within himself and passes through into the Godhead. There are few who reach God without stumbling and falling. There are souls who grow a long time in darkness without knowing of their growth before they're pushed out into the sunlight of God. There are others who come into the light at a single thrust, in a single moment. Most of you are coming out of the darkness into the light. It is there, and you need to desire it, and it will await you coming. Although if you want it to greatly, or desire it not, then it will not await you. So must meet barriers that it must cross, and these barriers are not always crossed in a single stride. It is only the direction that soul travels which is important, and that is always toward the Godhead. It will be led by the Mahanta into the light and left there to complete itself in the Supreme Deity's arms. Without God, nothing exists. Everything, therefore, that urges you to outer growth, service, love, the simplest interest in this world, can be a step toward God. Never neglect the smallest of duties in your life, for it may be that which will open the way into the heart of the Supreme. Therefore, it is not the human self who speaks or writes, but the whole of the Ek spirit, the body of the Mahanta consciousness, the whole movement of the spiritual works. The Chela make up the personification of the Ek, the instrument, the vehicle which the Ek uses to express itself in this world. They are the channel to give out the message of Ek to the world. This is why the responsibility of every Chela to himself is to be in harmony and adjusted to the principle which is involved. That principle is Ek is the salvation, the liberation of every soul living in this universe. Until each soul comes to Ek, it shall remain in darkness and misunderstanding of what the mystery of life holds for it. Rebazatars put it this way: here at whatever hour soul comes, it shall find the Ek and liberation from call. The Chela must sacrifice for Ek, therefore little importance should be attached to smoking, cocktail, liquor, vanity, possessiveness, anger, taking offense easily, chronic fault-finding, attachment to worldly goods, self-assertion. All of these are a part of things which the Chela must give up in order to become purified. Yet it's found that few do the simple things request of them: a Friday's fast, a monthly report of their progress, and being uncritical of others in things. The greatest sacrifice one must have is the giving up of discouragement. The rule which is laid down here is that unless you can think of anyone or any situation with light and love, take note of it. The Ek renews itself in every Chela as the redemptive act of rebirth. You must recognize this when you do the spiritual exercises of Ek. I am that vehicle, that trumpet through which the voice of the Ek spirit blows, so that all Chelas, all persons may hear it in the present age and the time of their trials and troubles, to give them a greater lift into the arena of the ocean of love and mercy. My love surrounds and protects you. Affectionately, Paul. Thank you for listening.